On that story, SABC News spoke earlier to ANC Spokesperson Zizi Kodwa.
Nobody is guaranteed of any position. You are deployed in that position to represent the African National Congress. As and when the African National Congress deem it necessary, for whatever reason, it may remove you. For example, there is no committee which is made out of one person called Dr Makhosi Khoza. The committee is made out of various political parties, including the ANC. And for whatever reason that the ANC may consider necessary to reconfigure that committee, and it has done now. It's not about Dr. Makhosi Khoza, it's about the entire committee, including the reps of the ANC in that committee, who acted in a manner which ourselves were disappointed. You recall that when that committee met, there were about 5 members of the ANC who did not pitch, and they explained their own reasons, which in our view, those reasons we don't agree, because they can't turn a static group of the ANC to become a DC. For whatever reasons, they had feelings about her. But we thought it's important that we must act so that we help the work of that committee to continue its oversight work. It was clear to us that if that committee were to be kept in a manner it was before, its work will not continue. It will hamper the work of that committee in terms of functioning maximally, and therefore we were to reconfigure the entire committee.
I spoke a little bit earlier to the ANC Youth League, and they were adamant that the likes of Dr. Makhosi Khoza should not just be taken off the committee, but she should remove herself from the ANC because she's causing a lot more damage within the organisation, and she's really working on behalf of the opposition parties within the ANC. How do you view that?
No, Dr. Makhosi Khoza, in our view, she's a 5th column. If you lose that language in the military terms, that as part of those soldiers who shoot the rest of soldiers but were part of the battalion. Yes. She pretends to be the member of the ANC and yet destroying the ANC from inside. But I think her handlers had hoped that when she first made these public utterances and outbursts, that the ANC will be intolerant and deal with her. Already people, her handlers, had already made a soft landing for her politically. That you leave the ANC, we know now that she's been talking to Democratic Alliance. So we're very clear about it, but we won't be pushed as the ANC because we will always be an organization that understands in terms of political discipline to deal in the context of fairness. We'll deal with her fair, but we know that already a soft landing for her politically has been that deal with the ANC, irritate the ANC to the fullest so that the ANC can give you a credible exit. The credible exit is that she must be expelled, and by now she would have, they would have hoped that you would have acted as the ANC, including their first prayer was that you must irritate the ANC before the 8th of August so that they can recall you. You are not part of the voting. We said let's fulfill her wish. She must be part of voting. We fulfilled her wish because we're not a party of cowards. We were determined. We knew that we'll defeat that motion. And we did defeat the motion, even with her even declaring after that she voted with the opposition. So she long left the ANC from a point of view of her public utterances. But the ANC is an organization that meticulously deal with people like her so that at the end, they may not say the ANC was a coward. We're not an organization of cowards. Even if we must not sound to be intolerant of her views, but we must be intolerant of her conduct. And her conduct is very clear. Makhosi Khoza, politically, she has long left the ANC. She's becoming a 5th column in the African National Congress. And of course, the ANC must protect its integrity as an organization because the essence of any organization is discipline. That's why the EFF, not far from here, Mogale City, is councillors who voted against the party line. They're now facing disciplinary action. Councillors from a sub-council called Kraaifontein in the Western Cape who voted against Democratic Alliance, who did not toe the party line. They are facing disciplinary action. So all these political parties, they may be hypocritical and chameleons when they talk about the ANC because they expect the ANC to self-destruct. It must not do things which in their own parties are not allowed.
Talk to me a little bit about not just Makhosi Khoza, but those MPs that voted and that were quite vociferous and open. We know the number is around 5. We're not 100% sure of the 5 that facing disciplinary steps, but also the wider issue of the 35 or 26 to 35 that could have voted against the ANC in this vote of no confidence.
We were very clear from a point of view of the ANC, will remember following the Concord ruling in terms of the powers of the Speaker in her determination of what form the voting should take, secret ballot or open. We were very clear our submission, and another political party in opposition, we said we'll support any action the Speaker will take. Because again, we're confident, without being arrogant, we're confident enough that we'll defeat any motion against the President, because we knew that motion was not about President Zuma, was about dislodging the African National Congress from power. But secondly, we must explain it in broad terms. What distinguished a member of the ANC is that when you join the African National Congress, somewhere in the form, you commit yourselves in what is called oath of membership. You sign an oath of membership. In that oath of membership, you hand yourself to the discipline of the African National Congress. You even say in one line, you will be loyal to the decisions of the African National Congress.